Going to now create an enemy that fires a bullet. The previous video I showed you a game with the key and the bad guy already created, but not to confuse anybody, we're going to start very simply from the beginning. So I'm going to create a new actor type. Now just so you know, what I've done is on Google Classroom, I've just uploaded this Stencyl resource folder for all of you. So if you click on it, it will share a Google folder with you with some of the artwork that I've created for my game. So if you want to have the ant or a simple red bullet to save you the time of using Photoshop, you can just come into this folder and download something. So feel free to use any of these resources that I'm adding to the folder. So we're going to create two actor types. One will be your, we'll call this, I'm going to call mine firing bad guy, because it's going to fire a projectile. So you do the same thing. You go in, you select the bad guy, and you can draw your own or use one of these temporary. We always want to improve graphics, but don't want to take too much time. Okay, and then we'll go back to our dashboard. We will create a bad guy or enemy bullet. Important to specify it's an enemy bullet because your good character will be firing a good bullet later on. And I'm going to temporarily choose something very simple, just this red circle. Okay, so now we have the bad guy and the bullet. So what you want to decide, the simplest way on the events for your bad guy, add an event, and this is a time. So I'm just going to have mine every n seconds. And for now, this will be a simple bad guy with no variation. We'll just say every 3 seconds, create an actor of type. So every 3 seconds, we're going to create an enemy bullet at X. Scroll down to actor, X of actor, and Y actor, and then toggle this to the Y value. So X of actor, it's the self, and Y of actor, self. And I'm going to say middle. Okay. Let's go ahead and test this out. I'm going to put the bullet bad guy in my level. And I'm going to have this one, I guess I'll put it right here for now. If I test this, let's see what happens. Let's see if it loads with this unexpected error. Okay, so every 3 seconds, you'll see that this bad guy is in fact creating a bullet, but it's totally not working the right way. The bullet is just sort of pushing the bad guy out of the way, and it's not moving. So in that last video, when I was explaining the importance of groups, this is exactly why we have to start grouping our characters. So we're going to fix this. Okay. First step is to go to your enemy bullet properties. Let's see how it's set to actors. We want to make a group called enemy bullets. So let's edit our groups, create new, call it enemy bullets, and create. Now your enemy bullets, when they hit the player, which is you, they should collide, and they should also collide with tiles. We don't want them to collide with actors at this point, or with themselves. After you click OK, you have to go back and manually now select that your enemy bullet is an enemy bullet. And then we'll go to our firing bad guy, properties. You could keep it as an actor, but I recommend making it its own group. So we'll create a new group and we'll call this Fire Bad Guy. The Fire Bad Guy collides with players and tiles, but nothing else. Your existing bad guy you already have is probably set to an actor, so we could set this to collide with actors if we wanted to, but for now I'll hold off because we'll probably create some new groups later on. Okay, so when we test the scene now, the bullet should still be produced. We might not be able to see it because it'll be hiding behind the bad guy. But, okay, so it's appearing here, and multiple bullets are appearing at the exact same spot, but our bad guy's no longer moving, so we know our collisions are set up correctly. We'll now go to the enemy bullet, and we're going to make it move. So I'm going to say when created, enemy bullet events basics, when created, push self sharply. Now this is where you get to decide what direction you want your bullet to go. You can have this go up, down, left, or right. We can eventually have it going in all directions. I'm going to say 90 degrees at force of 30. 90 degrees in Stencyl is down. Okay, while I'm here, I'm going to add another event, collisions. Okay, member of group. When self hits, choose group, a tile, we want it to kill self, because you don't want to have hundreds of bullets just floating around against the tiles. I'm also going to set up a time event after. So just in case a bullet gets stuck on the screen, we want to make sure that after maybe 5 seconds it also dies. Kill self. And when it hits a specific actor, so when self hits scratch that. We're going to add that on your good guy. Okay, so right now it moves, and when it hits a tile it should destroy itself. So let's test this out. We're always testing after every little code to make sure it works. In case it doesn't work, we'll know what code we need to fix. So there it goes, hits the tile and is destroyed. You can strategically place this block someplace. What we'll now do is go to actor types, take your good character, And the events here, we will add a collision event again. So we will say actor of type. Okay. When self hits choose actor type, an enemy bullet, you're going to kill self. And the same thing, reload. Point 1 second. Okay, I'm going to label these now. This is enemy bullet collision, and this one is bad guy collision. Important to label so we know how to find things. Now let's test it one more time. And when I get hit by this bullet, uh-oh, it's going right through me. That means we forgot to go to the player's properties. I'm gonna make myself a player instead of, player instead of an actor. Make sure that my players collide with enemy bullets. So a lot of troubleshooting, okay? Once you get your enemy firing a bullet, we can fine tune. I can show you how to adjust the direction of the bullet if you'd like. Okay, there I go. So that works now. So set that up and you've got two types of bad guys now.